Hi, everyone. Welcome to a webinar called Fulfillment Cycle, Find the Missing Pieces. My name is Behnam Bakhshandeh. I'm an executive coach, uh, uh, workforce education, development, human resources development, and workplace learning and performance practitioner. And I have published up to date 10 different books in regard of personal and professional development and trainings for individuals, group teams, and businesses. Today's topic, fulfillment cycle, finding the missing pieces, is about the way we think, the way we act, and the way that our action influence and impact our psyche, our state of being in relationship with other people. On this presentation, part one, this is part one of two-part series. On this presentation, we look into how we are losing our fulfillment, our contentment, and peace of mind by getting upset. Have you ever asked yourself any of the following questions after a big fight or disagreement with your friends, families, or at work in upsetting situations? What just happened? Why did it get so out of control? Why we got so out of control? Did I cause this matter? Did I cause this mess? These are the questions that you can find answers for during this presentation, part one and part two. And when you are honest and authentic by yourself and holding a mirror and talking to yourself and questioning yourself without pointing finger outside of yourself, you can find a lot of answers. Have you ever admired people who look nothing upset them, look like nothing upset them? Maybe they seem content in any upsetting situation or manage to stay grounded, calm, and collected. So let's go through this cycle and find out how we let this situation upsets us. The first thing that we have to know and being responsible for is to understand and recognize our internal chatter. What's the difference between internal chatter and intuition or inner conversations? I intentionally call this internal chatter, named it that way, to be able to separate it by our intuition or our internal dialogue that we have with ourselves. By definition, the way I explain internal chatter has some characteristics such as is negative, is condescending, is belittling, is putting people down. I will explain it on the next slide more in details. But in your internal chatter, our internal chatter, determine where our focus is. Here are the examples of internal chatter. As I said, is negative, is condescending, is justifying, and is belittling. Here, let me give you an example of, let's use this example for entire webinar on a part one and part two. Let's say you're working in your office, you're working for someone, organization, you're reporting to a manager, and you come into work early morning, and you notice your manager was there before you. Okay. And then suddenly your manager, he or she, opened he or her office door. Let's, for sake of example, call it he. Your manager is he. He opened the door and he said, for example, Mark, Susan, I want to see you immediately. And you thought, what is the first thought? What is the first chatter in your head? Why he wants to see me? What I have done wrong? Why he's so in the office so early? What's going on? How many of you can notice that? So you start looking for what is wrong, what you have done wrong. You will have condescending thoughts about him, your manager. You have justifying thoughts about why he might want to see you, and you will have belittling thoughts in your head about yourself, about the work, about the position, about the manager, about the company. Is all these negative and condescending and concerning thoughts will rush into your head. And for that, where would be your focus? You're not focusing on why my manager wants to see me. You are focusing on defending yourself in your head, in your thoughts. By the way, about your internal chatter is the conversation that you have with yourself in your head in a loud format, loud form. If you want to notice it on the situation, you stop talking and you can hear you continue talking in your head. You continue having that negative impressions in your head. I always tell my clients, your head is a bad neighborhood. You got to move out immediately. In your head, people get shot, stabbed, and killed all the time. So when you're focusing on defending yourself or on protecting yourself and not on the issue. Because you don't even know what the issue is. And your thoughts are scattered all over the place. Imagine you start walking from your desk to go 10 yards, 10 meters to get to your manager's office because he asked you, I want to see you immediately. And all this defending, protecting, negative, condescending, justifying, and belittling thoughts keep rushing, right? I have heard from a lot of clients to share with me, what was your thoughts? Oh, I don't like this job anyway. I never liked him anyway. I'm underpaid. I'm overworked. Or do I have an updated resume? Where should I work next? Is he going to fire me? All these thoughts coming. By the way, this process is also happening on the personal relationship between the husband and wife, between the lovers, between the partners. These things happening between you and your children. Most children going through these thoughts when you as a parent say, hey, such and such, I want to see you right now. They immediately go to what they have done wrong. So the focus will be on defending yourself versus finding on what is the issue. So the combination of internal chatter, which determine your focus, will bring you to your mindset. What is your mindset on that moment? Not a good one, not a positive one. Most probably, your mindset is about defending yourself, protecting yourself, not finding what is the issue. And the thing is, your mindset determines your attitude. You will agree with me that when your mindset is about defending yourself, your attitude is combative also. When you're supposed to protect yourself, your attitude is what? The shield is up. You bring your shield up and you walk into conversations, to relationship, and you're wondering why people don't hear you because your mindset is all about protecting yourself. Here, what is the characteristic of mindset on that time? Concern. What is the issue? Am I going to get fired? Am I going to be dominated? Am I going to be belittled or consoled? Stay out of trouble is a mindset. Well, I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm not going to say anything that will be jeopardizing my future. I will be like a doormat and let them walk all over me. I'm not going to say anything. Something is wrong. like a concern, right? Mindset is something is wrong and I have to protect myself. Even you don't know how to protect yourself. You're thinking about, how do I protect myself? So your attitude could be upset, cranky, short, and resentful. You can, if you stop and for a moment and think, if your mindset is something is wrong, you're concerned about protecting yourself, will you be cranky and short to answer questions and be resentful? You already go back and in your mind looking for evidence to justify your next action. Okay, this is the end of part one. I made this to be two-part event to keep it short so you can download the video if you want, but keep looking at yourself and keep looking at part two of this webinar on the YouTube on the same name, part two. And if you need any coaching or training webinars for yourself, for your team, or your business, this is my contact information. Thank you very much. And let's go continue to part two. Thank you very much.